Yeah. Okay. We can totally talk about what is it? Kim Kardashian and BBL removals.
Yeah,
Is that
and
what
Kylie
we were
Jenner
talking
and
about?
Just the
BBL.
Kardashians in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Jenners, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
This
going
is
back to skinny.
skinny.
No, or like hairy and cheek.
But it's
not
such a
chic.
horrible term. I don't know.
I know,
who came
I know.
up with it.
I
Like
know.
jail time, please.
Jail time.
Jail time. Or whoever said that.
Yeah.
That term.
I was not aware that you could remove a BBL actually until
Me
right
neither.
now.
It's implants, no?
It makes sense.
I thought it was your own fat, like from another part of your body.
Yeah, but I guess they do a liposuction then.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
I
how
thought
it's
it was
called.
a liposuction, and then it was transferred in your butt.
Yeah, but they just do the liposuction on your butt again.
Ah,
No?
so yeah, but and then they
I
just throw
guess.
Okay,
it
I'm
away.
taking
and don't-
notes.
If it's your because if it's your own fat, I
Yeah.
guess they can just like suck it out.
Yeah. I mean, some have implants, but BBLs are normally, I think, a liposuction, and then you put it in your butt instead of.
Yeah, but that's a new technique. I think when
Yeah.
the Kardashians got it, it was definitely like
That was still the old shit.
implants.
Who knows? They have enough money to get the newest.
The renewal?
Yeah.
Renew their
The
subscription.
BBL subscription. Yeah.
Get the newest BBL.
I mean, yeah, they probably have their doctors in speed dial anyway.
No,
so.
totally. How quickly that went. Oh,
So they're getting rid of all their
Yeah.
their junk
Yeah.
in the trunk, if you will.
junk in the trunk.
I
the
mean,
food in the booth.
what?
I don't know.
I think it all started when she put on like the Marilyn Monroe
Oh yeah.
dress,
Yeah.
and she was so proud that she lost like so much weight in 2 weeks, and she was like
That's scary.
basically like boasting about it on the Met Gala, being like, yeah, I lost, like super happy about it, and all the reporters were like, oh my god, that's amazing. It's like, no,
That's
it's
not healthy.
Like, she probably starved herself
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
and then there's like before and after pictures of, yeah, she doesn't have boobs anymore. I
Yeah,
just
true.
took everything off. Like,
Yeah. I always thought they were.
Is that
real.
normal for ladies to do? Can you just like take them off if you don't want, and then like put them back on? Is it
Nope.
just an option?
Nope.
If you have money,
If
I
you
guess
have
it
money,
is.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you just don't like wake up every morning and you're like, oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna do
Today
for
I'm gonna
these.
do the tiny boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish.
No.
Today calls for the big mommy milkers.
Yeah, it's a big titty goth girlfriend day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Oh yeah. Wow. We really started the show off in possibly the most educated way of talking about it.
Right.
What if what if like chicks could like change their boobs, dude?
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You can tell we're all tired as fuck.
Yeah.
We're just like,
I'm
Kim
not.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
So what about Kim K?
So what
I'm-
about her boobs?
Yeah. I'm wide awake, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. And you know what?
He
I'm
says as he rubs his eyes.
as I rub my eyes
I'm
and
wide
you know
awake over here.
I have my full pajamas with a matching nightcap
I wish we
on.
could do this in pajamas.
Yeah. The weather's ass here today in Berlin. It was
That's
like sleeting outside today, which is something I didn't need.
Yeah,
But
it's cold. And
yeah.
dark. Cold and dark.
So last episode we talked about Lützerath
Yes.
and you know how Germany pretty much is what if 4 companies were walking around in a trench coat, one of these companies being RWE, the
Biggest
yeah.
European energy conglomerate.
in Europe.
Yeah,
I was about to
it's
say,
the biggest European. That's what I said.
I was about to say in the world, but
No,
that
no,
wouldn't
no.
be true. That would be just in
That's
Europe.
why I said European.
Yeah. So, Yulia had a tidbit of information that she forgot to share
Yeah, funny one.
last episode that I think is kind of perfectly German because I know nothing about this show and I've tried to, and it may be the one thing that'll prevent me from like properly integrating into Germany.
Yeah, Wetten das.
Wetten das.
Yeah, Wetten das. It's a show. I don't know. Yeah, for those who are not German, probably not aware that it exists. It was a show that was always, I think, Saturday night. When I was younger, it was always on. It wasn't every week. It was like a few times.
Isn't it once a week or something?
No, it wasn't once a week.
Oh.
It was like, I don't know anymore, like once a month or something. It's a big
Really?
show, yeah. You have to find a lot of people that want to bet, you know? So the thing is, you can register a bet and then they choose if it's interesting enough, and then you do it live on the show. They also have an outside bet that involves like a lorry or some shit like something like a truck or something big, you know. So there's one big outside bed, and then there are tiny beds like for inside. It's actually they stopped doing the show because one dude said he could jump from like one car to another, and he got completely paralyzed. It was a big thing. That's why they stopped the show. Now it's back, and actually the big moderator of the show is Thomas Gottschalk. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yes, I know who he is.
He has this long blonde curly hair and shit like that, and he's known for being very sexist and creepy, like to the women on the show, because they always invite international guests as well. They had Eminem there and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They have like international people there, and they always have a show act as well. But basically it's all around. It all like revolves around these bets. You know, normal people like register a bet, and then and so Lützi bleibt, the organization that is the group that is fighting. You know that organized all the climate protests and everything. They also took part in Wetten, Das. They were actually. So I know that is very funny, because they had one of the climate activists said, okay, I'm gonna take part in this, and I'm gonna donate 50,000 euros, which is the prize that you can win, the cash prize, if your bet gets chosen as the bet of the day, you know, the best bet ever this month. And then they said that they would donate it to Lützi or in some kind of form, you know. Actually won. This person actually won.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the bet was that they would they would have like fingerprints, like, you know, the pictures of fingerprints. And would one would get replaced by a random other fingerprint, and they could tell, like. They would turn around, it gets replaced, and they could tell which one is the new fingerprint.
What the fuck?
I know, that's wild, right?
And he won that?
Yeah, they won. Yeah, I don't know how they identify, so I would say they. They won the bet, and they also won the Wettkönig, so the king of bets. Yeah. So won the money, the 50,000 for Lützi. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. But it's also interesting because everyone is aware that Thomas Gottschalk is a bit problematic, you know, with being sexist and for making like some creepy comments when it came to women. Yeah.
We also have those kind of people.
Yeah, it's very weird, and sometimes also a bit racist. This dude, like especially
I wouldn't put it
towards towards black women or something, he would be like super creepy and shit. It's kind of weird. Yeah, we have these kind of personalities, like Boris Becker.
Yeah,
but I think that's a thing in every.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
In every country.
Definitely, yeah, and he's very known for this.
Being creepy as hell.
Yeah. So they actually attended the bet, and like a lot of the people that are also climate activists, they joined as well in the audience, but they brought like signs saying like Thomas Gottschalk, this is sexist or some shit like that, and also something for like free Mahmoud, which was like I think someone who was supposed to be deported. I'm not aware of this case, so don't quote me on this. But yeah, so they actually, so it was kind of like not critical solidarity, because like they took part in it, you know. But at the same time, they also protest.
But at least they gave the money to Lützi.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you know. It's not like just going there and keeping the money.
Exactly.
And like, but it's exposure, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no, they actually gave the money. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So that is very funny. It's more funny when it's funnier when you're aware of this show and know what the show is like.
Yeah. And the presenter, is that how you?
Yeah. Thomas Gottschalk. Yeah,
presenter.
I can show you a picture of Thomas.
Oh yeah,
Gottschalk.
he looks. I don't think words can describe how ridiculous. Like if you were to imagine like the most stereotypical German TV presenter, but then like also make him look like he's from the 1970s. That is what he looks like.
Okay.
He
have
looks
a pretty good.
Yeah, he looks like he's made of plastic.
Oh god, yikes! How old is he? Like.
Well,
60?
now he's old.
Like,
but yeah, that's Thomas Gottschalk.
Yeah, like he does not look like a real person. Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just looks. Yeah,
He
He's
always
a
had
bit like I would.
That
I
was him
imagined him
back
a bit
then with-
tanner.
with Michelle Hunziker. That was back
Yeah.
then. That was the last time they made the show.
They always put like a really pretty woman with like the creepiest little
Yeah.
dude.
yeah, with an absolutely just goofball-looking guy. He
Yeah,
just-
she
right.
definitely left the show after what happened with that guy, like getting injured and paralyzed and shit
Oh,
like
I
that.
bet.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
She was like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Thomas Gottschalk is now also advertising for hearing aids.
I thought you were gonna say like
Hell yeah.
Viagra.
Oh, I was gonna say.
That would
I was,
also work.
I was
guess.
thinking like a crypto scheme.
No,
Oh,
but
also,
this is
yeah.
him like back then. He would always wear
Yeah.
very flashy outfits.
Of course.
and-
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I get a bad vibe from him.
Yeah.
He looks
we all
like he
do.
definitely has a house in Mallorca.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like
Absolutely.
he just tries to be like he knows like hola and that's it. And
Yeah.
he's like hola like trying
Like,
to
he
be
just
like a local.
he just feels at home in Mallorca, baby. He
Right.
He's
just,
72.
hell yeah.
72. Yes.
Damn, yeah. I mean all that Botox. I
Yeah,
guess.
you know, it's just that life in Mallorca slower, you know.
We have
Oh,
our own dude like that in Spain. What's his name? Pablo Motos.
Mm-hmm.
He is like
is he
he
hot?
actually
Does he
doesn't
also look like he's made of
Spanish.
plastic?
Oh yeah, he definitely has heart.
I love that. Then, like, I really love that. There's like a. Yeah, these guys all look really
He does
goofy.
look like that as well.
Why do they
Right?
all look so goofy?
And he's like, oh, he's like this small little dude, and he's so like, every time he has a female guest, because it's like a talk show or something
Yeah.
like that, he always makes them the most disgusting question. Like he's always like, oh, so what do you wear when you go to sleep? Like literally things like that.
I think that we
And
just
it's never
figured
been,
out.
like,
I think
and that is sorry, like
Oh,
that's like
okay.
his show is just it's a public TV, I think.
Yeah.
So like
Oh,
Yeah, this is
hell
also
yeah.
public TV.
lovely, you know.
Yeah, this is also
Maybe
public
it
TV.
isn't, but still.
I think
you
we
know.
should have
The
like.
ZDF show,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
one.
jeez.
I think that we just
We all pay
established.
for this.
I think we just established a new thing on the show. Is that show us all your Europe. Show us your like your TV sickos. You're just absolute
yeah,
freaks.
you creepy little dude.
Yeah, you're creepy dudes on TV, and we'll collect them and we'll make them. You know, we'll decide. You know, who's our favorite, who sucks, who could use some work.
But this guy, this Spanish guy, like big Hollywood names have come out and said like, yeah, I had to go to this this program when I was in Spain, and he made me really uncomfortable. I didn't know what was going on. It was all in Spanish. They were just yelling all the time.
It's the
and,
same
like,
here. It's
Yeah.
the same here. Like people were saying how they felt uncomfortable, like also Hollywood stars and shit like that.
Yeah,
It seems
same.
like the same concept,
It's
except for
literally
you
the
don't
same.
have bettings. You don't
Yeah.
have bets in your show.
No, it's more like just weird ass questions of
Okay.
like, so you know,
At least we have funny bets.
yeah, at least you have something. This guy just, yeah.
But
Well-
he would make his like assistant, so Michelle Hunziker,
Yeah.
like say stuff like, okay, it's time like for you to clean the table and shit like that, and
Ew.
yeah, and make always like jokes about like marginalized groups and shit, and yeah.
Hell yeah, Germany! Wow,
I
way
know,
to go!
we love that on public TV.
Yeah,
We're all paying for that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where your GZ money goes to.
yeah. It goes to how many racist jokes can Thomas Gottschalk make in
Yes.
a in a 90-minute program?
Yeah, that should be like a bingo situation.
Yeah, can you break the record for most slurs on German television?
swear,
Tune in
yeah.
next week to find out.
And then like of course a lot of Germans are always like, but it's like, it's an old
Deutsche Leitkultur.
yeah, and it's like this. It's oh, why can't you joke about that anymore? He's like an old timer. He's like a
Yeah,
course.
sure.
Yeah.
What
he's a
But
guy
that's
from
this is-
back then.
yeah,
so you
but
can't like correct
that's
him
exactly
or, like,
always the thing, though. Is that then it's always shit that then's like
As
just.
if Opa
never-
Nazi says something racist.
Well, no.
Yeah, sorry, that's
Oh,
just
he's
the
an
old
opa,
generation.
It's fine.
Yeah,
No, but it's always like shit that like I always find it really funny with like all this
times were
These-
different.
no the whole like discussion of like but like it's funny, why can't you say the thing that they're always like trying to defend is never actually funny. It's always like
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
stupid little microaggression things.
Yeah.
It's like You're not even making a joke. You're just being like a cunt, and it's never
like
any.
saying Fräulein, Sie können jetzt abräumen or some shit.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like not. It's not like that's
also
not.
using Fräulein is like. Oh.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. You know, it's not even like halfway a joke half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or
It's
I
just
mean,
a comment.
yeah.
It's literally just a comment.
Or like in the thing that we've talked about in Germany, like that Germany just gets so obsessive about is like when you can't say just an old word that's just for something that is literally just a slur.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, but it was like you just don't get
we
it. It's
always
like
use this word.
it's like I get it. Like the word is a slur, and you're using it for this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe like there is another word that just exists.
Yeah,
You
there
know?
is.
It's like not even I don't know. Ugh. It's not there's like not even a conversation to be had half the time with like German weirdos on this, because it's so just like we get it. You just want like not even just casual racism, just
you just want
like
to be racist.
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Spanish guy, thankfully now, like, a lot of people are just calling him... Well, actually, the Ministry of Equality, which is a thing in Spain,
Oh.
did a...
Oh, that sounds like some real Orwell shit.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I've heard this. There's never mind. Whatever.
Yeah. Have you read that book?
Oh, God, don't even.
Yeah.
They did an ad, like, calling out, like, sexist aggressions and stuff like that. And they just copied, like, a segment, like, a snippet of one of his interviews to a woman. And it's literally, like, almost the same. It's like an actor who kind of looks like him, talks like him, like it's kind of the same set, and it was just so funny. And he was like, I'm going to sue you. Then it's like, no, but you think you did nothing wrong, so why are you like? What are you going to sue them about?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. What
it's not you.
Yeah.
So or you understand that you did something wrong.
Exactly.
Are you gonna apologize then?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
It was so fun because they took like this another one with like this really disgusting Twitch streamer who one time, well, he's disgusting in general, but like what they took for this ad was that one time he was saying like, like laughing that one of his friends gets women really drunk. And he doesn't drink when he parties, so he can like basically take advantage of women. Yeah. And he was like laughing and saying like, "Oh yeah, he's so good. Like he's such a genius that." And everyone was like, "No, that's fucking rape. Like that's exactly horrible." Yeah. And they also like just took that like word for word what the guy said. Like it was so good.
Calling him out publicly, love it.
Really, really good. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. So send us your freaks.
Yeah. I want to know more.
Preferably not Twitch streamers. I feel that I think that we would. I think that we would. They'd be there forever. Just all of them are all of them are evil.
Oh yeah, but like public TV personalities like that would interest me. If like every country of Europe has
like I said,
I bet.
Send
we
us
all have one. We all have one.
At us. Send us your freaks with the photo and everything, even a video too, please. I'm imagining Italy will be a strong contender.
Oh yes.
Germany also too. I mean, we have a few. We have.
We have Markus Lanz.
Yeah.
We have Thomas Gottschalk. We have Harald Schmidt is also problematic.
Yeah.
No?
We also. Who's the guy from Deutschland sucht den Superstar?
Oh, Dieter Bohlen.
Oh yeah.
You can't see it, but Julia just literally cringed.
Just Germany too. The thing I love about it is that all these men have just like the most like perfect white enamel veneers.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Like it's such an American thing.
Oh yeah, but they all have teeth like fucking Jürgen Klopp. It's amazing.
Oh my God,
Jürgen is great though.
I love him, but he does have a freaky smile.
He has like horse teeth. He has straight fucking horse teeth.
Do you know those AI pictures that came out recently of like a party of girls, and it's like, oh my God, you can't even tell these people aren't real, and one of them has like 200 teeth, like she's smiling, and that just reminds me of Jürgen.
A nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just so many
what
square
if a horse had veneers?
And was a coach,
Yeah.
the manager of Liverpool.
And like
Yeah.
not a half bad
Oh,
person. It
bless
seems
him.
like.
No, he's great.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love
People in
him.
Liverpool hate him now because apparently
I know.
Oh, they're having a
doing,
horrible
they're doing
season.
well, not
They're doing
well.
really
They're like
badly.
9 or like place 9 right
Yeah.
now. They're having a horrible.
You know what? It's
Actually,
gonna,
they're playing right now, so let's see.
No, we'll do it later. You can pull it up on your phone.
I think they're losing because
But-
I saw a lot of angry tweets on my
Oh
timeline.
no!
so-
Oh no! I'm a Liverpool fan.
Well, anyway, hey, welcome to your weekly corner Späti. We're finally getting into it. It's myself, Nick, who holding it down for the was it the dog pound, the dog house? What did Kieran call it last week?
Yeah, the
The
dog house.
The dog house, yeah.
Yes.
Kieran is not with us today. He's doing real, good boy dog responsibilities,
Yes.
like being a father.
Being a father.
But I'm
couldn't
joined,
be us.
joined with honorary members of the doghouse.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say Cornish Späti. I'm like,
No.
excuse
Yeah,
me.
I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm a founding member
Yeah.
of the dog house.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. We have founding member of the doghouse, Julia. Woo, woo, woo.
Woof woof.
Oh my god.
And we have number one doghouse hater,
Yes.
Uma.
Yes. Hi.
No, hoo for you.
Hi.
Yeah. So,
Damn.
Uma, why do you hate the doghouse? You know?
I was the first one who made the joke. So
Yeah,
you guys
first
fucked
hater,
up.
exactly.
Yeah. Do you know that? No joke. In high school, my nickname was Hater.
That's
Just
beautiful.
because I didn't put up with like the popular boys bullshit. So
Yeah,
they were like,
oh, yeah.
oh my god, you're such a hater. I'm like, no, I just have a resting bitch face and I don't like you. Like,
Nice.
Yeah, then you are.
That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'm not
Yeah.
even saying anything.
Yeah, well,
So yeah, I'm continuing my legacy of being a hater.
Being the hater, I love that.
who. You're not allowed to who in the
It's
dog.
a hating who.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're fucking
I'm doing
mocking
this
it.
ironically.
Hoo, hoo, hoo,
Exactly.
hoo.
I'm so ironic right now.
Yeah. Oh God.
So actually, what are we doing?
We're talking about my favorite time of the year, as in my least favorite time of the year.
Yep.
It's that time of the year. It's Davos, baby.
Davos time. Woo!
Woo. I have really like. I know that then this
You
is.
sound like a dog.
I am a dog. I am
Yeah.
a dog.
I am the dog.
I
Yeah.
am the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah, Yulia
It's me.
has some like Oakleys on and a big fucking sick mullet, and she's just
Nice. I
jacked.
actually almost
You
have
you
one.
would fucking rock a mullet, actually.
Right? Yeah, I had one
Yeah.
once. It's because my hair gets damaged and breaks, and then
They were like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's break it up, baby.
Same thing with
half of it is
dog.
gone, and here it's still there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but so it was my favorite
Davos
time
time.
of the year this year, which was Davos.
I always I have the feeling Davos is like kind of like getting a bit like unimportant these days.
I mean,
No,
it's,
do you know what I mean? Like I always had the feeling it was more reported on. You know, like maybe the corona pandemic.
yeah, it was
but-
because the last two
Yeah.
were done pure like solely remotely,
I
and
know they were all in the chat.
yeah,
All up on that chat,
Yeah.
baby.
um,
Sliding into those DMs.
Yeah, woo!
yeah, because we didn't have one since 2019 in person,
I guess that's
and
I
you
saw they're
know,
taking the COVID thing really seriously, though.
yeah.
cool for them.
No, I know, but like it's
There's one thing they take seriously.
yeah, the one thing that doesn't matter if people are dying.
Yeah.
But it also affected the economy. Maybe that's why.
We can't go through this again,
Yeah,
Guys,
guys. We need to take tests.
I think that like Davos kind of came at like a perfect time too this year because they really hammered it in with like climate being a like main issue, which is just kind
Yeah.
of funny because nothing was more just hilarious of seeing just absolute heroes of the environmental movement like Ursula von der Leyen.
Damn, was
Yeah.
that by the? Was that just like? Wait, did her pony get slayed like during Davos or like?
No,
When?
no, it was like it was a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I just.
Oh, you were.
That must have been horrible, like getting a call and saying like, "Your pony's
Your pony
dead.
was-
A wolf took it."
Yeah, no. That was that. That
and
was.
then she
that
was like,
a few
"Yeah, let's
months
kill
ago.
that wolf." And now
No, the wolf isn't dead yet, is it?
no, but it's for Abschuss.
Yeah, no, don't. You know, Corner Späti's position is free the wolf.
Free the
It did-
wolf!
Of course. What?
What's
Yeah.
the wolf doesn't have a name and has a number, but we'll give the wolf a
Wolf
name.
number.
Yeah, wolf number 1 in our hearts.
Yes.
Yeah, Jacob.
Jacob.
Free Jacob.
Free Jacob.
Free Jacob. Team
I
Jacob.
am Team Jacob in this
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah.
No, so
Simply because he was hotter.
but
He also
yeah,
doesn't sparkle in the fucking sunlight.
yeah, pioneers of the environmental movement though just were there. Your lovely president, or prime minister.
Sanchez.
I forgot his name for a second.
Yeah.
I was like,
Pedro Sanchez.
Yeah.
Pedro Sanchez.
Pedro Sanchez. You know, talking about how Spain's
Pedro
gonna do.
Sanchez, yeah. He
Spain's
was begging on his knees, wasn't he? He
What?
was like, "Please, Daddy, like, save Spain,
Save Spain, Daddy.
Yeah, because Spain's economy has been like terribly hit by like agriculture shocks and shit
Yeah.
like that. And so he's like, yeah, Europe, we like to work together, don't we? Can you please rescue the Spanish
literally.
economy?
I mean, it was a nice speech. Like, he didn't lie. We're all like
yeah.
fucked, and not just in Spain, but yeah, what was the goal? Like, just like
There is no goal
literally
at
just
Davos.
begging. Like,
There
it
is,
was just
yeah.
like, guys, please be kind. It's like, you're talking to the worst people in the world. Like, this is a world
Please be
economic.
kind.
Yeah.
Like, you're in Davos. What the fuck do you think?
Yeah, well, my favorite
Don't
was
kill us all at once.
yeah.
Yeah, literally.
So when did the let's see thing close? When is it? It is. Are they still
They're
there?
still there.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still there. All right. So when did Olaf Scholz speak at Davos on Thursday?
On Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Would it surprise you that Olaf Scholz's entire speech was okay? First part about Ukraine, we're gonna very barely talk about that, but there is something to mention in a bit, maybe later. But yeah, Olaf Scholz talking about Germany being a leader in like everything, but then also just being like, yeah,
especially
you know,
digitalization.
yeah, there was like, yeah,
What a joke.
but the funniest thing is that then
Not
Olaf
sure if he
Scholz
said that, but he should have.
No, he didn't. He mentioned things a little bit about digitalization, how Germany's gonna like lead the way, but then like every step of the way had to mention like, you know, one of the largest German companies, just like throw a name out. He'd be like, oh yeah, you know, Siemens is doing this great work.
Our sponsors
yeah,
today are
yeah, ThyssenKrupp is doing this. I'm like, didn't ThyssenKrupp, like they're like what on their third like bankruptcy in the last few
Oh my
years or
God.
whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the third, but I mean, like, these are companies that then, like, even by standards of, like, you know, okay, Siemens is, I guess, you know, different than some of the other ones, but, like, the German economy, especially these, like, very old industries, like, you know, big company backbones of German industry are having to, like, kind of reinvent themselves, and they're going to have, obviously, in the sense of, like, the politic to come in this country, too, with then Germany trying to become more competitive with, like, semiconductors, this and that, and you know, if the world then does, you know, become this kind of very multipolar, like, you know, hey, we're not talking to you, this and that and that, Germany could like end up, because it's primarily an export-driven economy, like fucked.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but yeah, no, and then Olaf Scholz also kind of, you know, hammering it in about the environmental stuff the same day when then just like, I think like, yeah,
Yeah.
and especially in the sense that Germany's plans towards reaching, you know, what is it, carbon neutral by, what's the current government's 2045 or something?
What?
The current government's like carbon neutral or like, you know, net zero thing is 2045 now, isn't it? It keeps moving.
guess.
It keeps getting moved back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
But then, yeah, so him and like von der Leyen talking about how 2045 is like the way of the future and wow, we're going to make it. It's like, fuck, no,
are
we're
dead
not.
by
We're
then.
like,
We're definitely.
Yeah.
and it was very weird seeing climate, especially in the sense that then like Greta also too like made a surprise visit like twice.
Damn, she's jet setting.
Yeah, so she like left
Yeah.
Lutzi, got arrested,
Yeah,
And
she
then-
got arrested.
managed to I guess go and, you know, I guess like do a march at Davos or whatever. But I don't think that they actually anyone said anything of substance the entire weekend, except for maybe Will I Am, which we still haven't figured out why he was there.
Because he's entrepreneur.
Yeah, but I
An
think
angel investor. No?
yeah, but I think
Okay.
his current thing,
Yeah.
from what I gathered
what is
right
it?
before the
Yeah.
show, was those weird AI chatbots, the one that then also simultaneously this week have come under a bunch of fire for being one, that their like, you know, labor is not good, that
Yeah.
it's mostly people getting paid like, you know, nothing
Dust.
in the, you know,
Surprise.
in the
Pretend
in the
to-
developing world to make these things.
Yeah.
But also too that apparently they also can be you know, quite creepy and like
My favorite kind of chatbot.
yeah,
It's
they're
the
like
creepy one.
yeah,
In
like
what sense?
I don't know, just
Well,
like
you ask-
bothersome of
Well, I guess
like
depends on what you're asking.
yeah,
Chatbot.
or like the other ones that then you can
The
like
historically,
the historical
oh my,
ones.
Don't even with that. And some dumbass, like,
Yeah.
sorry to this person, but some dumbass was saying like, oh, you know, things to use in if you're a teacher at
Yeah,
at
no.
school.
Nope.
And I posted this AI of historical figures that are like literally even like if you talk to Rommel and you're like, why are you Nazis? Like, yeah, I regret it. I was like, what are you
No,
on
he never
about?
did. What?
Like, honestly, like, to horrible people. Who was it? Roosevelt, who was
Yeah.
an anti-Semite. Was it Roosevelt? No.
Henry Ford.
Yeah, sorry.
Henry
yeah.
Ford, yeah, big
Henry
time.
Ford, yeah. And
Love
it was
how we
like,
still have-
no, I never really said those things. Like, it's like,
Oh yeah, no, Henry Ford had a whole series of books.
yeah,
Where
he
he,
owned,
uh,
he owned a magazine or something like that, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
And there's
every
like
single
12
article
volumes
was like,
of it.
we
Yeah.
hate Jews,
Yeah.
and then the AI is saying like,
I didn't mean that.
no, like I actually, you know, I just owned the magazine, but I actually didn't write those, which I
Oh,
did
come on.
some.
Yeah.
And just horrible stuff. Like all of these Americans who were horrible, they were just like saying like, yeah, we regret it, I'm very sorry. It's like, what are you
What?
on
This is so like
about?
revisionist.
Horrible.
It's like,
I'm just a little Nazi baby.
yeah, I'm sorry. I did a boo boo by killing 6 million.
Well, I mean, they didn't ask Hitler, like, hey, do you... Maybe they did, I
Hitler
don't
is
know.
like, "Yeah, I'm
they asked,
sorry, guys,
Someone
I'm-"
asked Heinrich Himmler, I saw, of like, do you regret it? And he was like,
Not really.
Not really, but
Yeah,
I thought it was helping Germany. It's like,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
this might be the worst app ever made.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I think it's intentional, too, but that's just me being
Oh
dumb.
god.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Davos. So yeah.
No, I mean, there's not
Who was
much... everyone was there.
Pedro Sanchez, Kyriakos, Mitsotakis was there.
Oh yeah, no. The thing that I thought was really funny though about Davos this year, of just because I feel that we kind of have to just mention the fact that all of the richest, wealthiest people got together for an extravaganza, was
in Davos.
First off, shout out to all the sex workers there who make bank. Apparently, they can make like up to like $2,000 to $3,000 a day.
Nice.
Just
Oh my
by
God, hell yeah.
so shout out to the
Shit.
to the real winners there. That's right, you guys. But it was very clear this year too, which is also very scary, of hearing them, the richest, most powerful people in the world, just continuously talking about how it's like a very us versus them rhetoric. Every discussion was around the sense of like the West versus China and Russia, which is like, don't get me wrong, I get that the West and China aren't on like, the best of terms, but it's really kind of frightening when then it's like China, who really hasn't done too much lately,
Yeah.
is just like laser focus in the sights of every single Western freak right now.
Yeah.
No,
And it makes me very uncomfortable.
no, the question is, was it a coincidence that on that day it was released that China's population for the first time is not growing but going
Yeah.
backwards, like demographic
Yeah.
development. Plus that the economy grew like the littlest in
Yeah, they had their
in
first,
decades.
in like, yeah.
So like 3% only, like the last year. I mean, of course, because of zero COVID.
Yeah.
But then also on the same day, this was in the news, and then another headline was like that the population is going down
Yeah,
for the
I
first
mean, like,
time not ever, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I did.
Oh, in centuries, I don't know. Like, yeah.
Well, not centuries, but
No, decades. I don't know. Not
Yeah, yeah.
centuries.
I
but decades.
just find it really funny that we're in an age of that, like,
I just think it was interesting that was on
Yeah.
the, like, you know,
Coincidentally, yeah, at the same time.
Coincidentally, yeah.
yeah. I find it very interesting that then I feel that we're in an era of like where neoliberalism is just kind of openly like, yeah, it's a Western project and you have to be like pro-West.
Pro-West, yeah.
And it's not like neoliberalism was always touted as being like, oh no, it's like everyone can participate. You know, it's kind of like capitalism. It's a fair game, baby. Classical liberal economics.
Yeah.
Like, rising tide raises all ships and whatnot. That whole bullshit and it's now like very clearly like, yeah, you're either with our bizarre, weird version of the economy that's like collapsing in front of our eyes, but yeah, sure, whatever. We stand for like whatever these values are, changes all the time, whatever, whatever we decide they are. Or you're with like the bad guys, which is like now it's so easy, just like, yeah, Russia, Iran, China. I mean, maybe Turkey will become one of those ones. Who knows? Because they're kind of playing, both fields. But it's just in comparison to 3 years ago or so, like it's very explicitly the West versus everyone else. They took a bunch of shots at Latin America.
What?
For being too pro. For being too pro Russia, too pro China. But the reality of it is that then Russia and China more so than Russia, is incredibly smart with, spreading their global influence through not doing what primarily the West did with their investments and stuff like that. I mean, you can call it imperialism or not, but the reality of it is global investment is going to happen regardless. Yeah. And China knows that they can be taken much more serious by counterparts in the global South than, say, Western governments coming in and dictating everything through international organizations have already fucked them over. Like, why not give China...
That's the thing with Latin America, though. Like, they're not even pro China or pro Russia or, whatever else. They're just not pro West because of what the West has done to them. Since they were, colonized. Yeah.
And it's really kind of like, one of the things that came into focus was that then, briefly talking about Russia-Ukraine, is that then they were scared that because of the Russia-Ukraine stuff, that then China and Russia's influence is becoming too powerful in Africa and in Latin America. And they talked about that, so it's not necessarily like throwing Latin America entirely under the bus, but they're all like, it's always this thing of like, see, they're not smart enough to tell, that we want to help them.
Of course. It says like, we are superior. They're poor Latin America. They're still in development. They're just like figuring things out. It's like, why do you think they're figuring things out? Like, whose fault is it? Like,
but it's it is a very like, I don't know. I find like kind of after this Davos very much like reminded that's like, okay, we live in
a society.
We live in a society, and it turns out it's maybe like at one of the most like chaotic periods of time, and I'm not like necessarily chaotic because of like, okay, like war definitely kind of exacerbated that, but I don't understand why the sense that then it's like the West can only think in these like, things of, all right, well, if it's Russia's causing problems now, so it must be that then China's going to do something now. It's like, why don't you treat these as like different entities? Maybe it would be beneficial to work with like the soon to be largest economy in the world, regardless of if they shrunk or not, and I just mean like, obviously China has its problems. I also don't need to hear from the richest people in the world that China has human rights problems either, because Europe is, drowning people in the Mediterranean perfectly fine, without Chinese or Russian interference. So it's just such, I don't know. It really is a thing that then gets me more down than anything else during the year, because it's just all of it at once. Yeah, it's everything shitty at once. Just every dipshit from the West just comes together and they just jerk each other off for a week, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, probably.
And it sucks. I hate it.
I'm just wondering why Marcos was there to speak, why he had to speak.
Oh, the president of the Philippines?
Yeah, the Philippines dude.
Because
they were like, let's have the like little dictator son.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Are you pro-West, baby? Are you pro-West? Then you get a platform.
Exactly.
They literally had.
He had it like his own fucking speech and shit like that. And then he said like, yeah, this is a problem right now because of the tensions between China and the what's it called, the
South China Sea.
Yeah, South China Sea, and
Fuck off, says the person who comes from like one of the most murderous families.
Yes.
In the Asian
He's like, we got a problem over there in China.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's for the freedom of the region and shit like that. And of course, like,
Yeah, it's really.
If Spain colonized the Philippines again, he would like get down on his knees and like.
Oh, of course.
Suck.
Oh.
Like
suck dicks.
Suck Spanish. He would be like, yes. It's fine as long as I'm in power. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean it really, but yeah, I don't know. Like it really, the thing I thought was very funny is that they had like a panel about the Russian economy, but they didn't have even like, not even like a pro-West Russian economist on.
Oh.
So it was just like a bunch of
people
just
doing
like
some
Yeah, it was just like a bunch of like, like U.S. like Department of Defense freaks, the like deputy defense minister to Canada, and then like what's his name? Dombrowski.
There's a name for it, and I forgot it. There's a name for what Western people do when it comes to Russia. It's like it's called like something like Kremlin. Blah, blah, blah. It's like when you sit there. And it's like a. It's like a. Shit, what is it called here? Delphi and shit like that. Like an oracle, like a Kremlin oracle. You sit there and you make vague.
You say, like
make
a psychic, like you're like,
exactly. It's like I see, I see.
You're reading like coffee grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that is
doing
basically what you're doing, and what Westerners are always doing,
yeah.
and especially also when it comes to like academia or economics or something. It's like let's sit and do the Kremlin oracle.
It's such a wild thing too, because then the thing that's also funny too is that then it's it's particularly US centric, because all of the moderators are all from like CNN or like people like Larry Summers, who's just like an Obamaite, it's too Davos could be such a bullshit actually international, like, oh yeah, international capital, baby, this and that, and it's literally turned into the sense of U.S. is number one. We're gonna like obviously speculate about the rest of the world, but only through this Western perspective. Mm-hmm. We're gonna then climate's in, baby. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna also maybe like entertain the ideas of like possible like post-growth economies and this and that, because those are in vogue now after being talked to death for actually like the last 7 years by actual like decent economists. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. It is the worst. The idea of how like the capitalist class thinks that we're going to get through the climate crisis is fucking hilarious.
They don't even, what is their idea? Like nothing.
Oh, just
like
what if
responsibility.
PPPs, but until the end of time, which may actually happen pretty soon. But I feel that we just simply had to. I don't know. I address it. It sucks. I watched it for you, so you don't have to at home. I put up with it. Yulia put up with some of it, I assume.
Some of it. I also canceled a lot of it.
Yeah.
I said this is boring.
Let's kill it.
Yeah,
let's kill it. Exactly.
Yeah, kill Davos.
I did kill Marcos. I did kill Marcos. I was like this.
Yeah,
fuck, Marry, kill.
Yeah, fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill. Davos, Bilderberg Conference, or NATO Summit.
Oh shit. Woo.
No, we're not.
We're not getting into this.
Yeah. Also, too, that's the thing as well, is that then, kind of the big elephant in the room is that then it was very much like, we're all in this together for Ukraine, and then Zelensky, had multiple speeches talking about,
I want to see them do that dance.
Exactly, while Zelensky's demanding that, Germany send tanks and shit like that. So
the UK is sending tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Sweden.
So is Poland.
Hell yeah.
And Sweden is sending this really like
this
massive tanks, but at the same time, tanks are like the most useless.
They're fucking stupid. Yeah, we're not gonna like.
Well,
Yeah.
Like one shot, one big shot, and it goes up in flames, and
Yeah,
everyone
that's
inside dies, and it's just a mess.
I know. I never want to be.
And they're not
a
fast,
tank,
and they're
tanker.
What was it called? Driver? Tank
Tanker?
driver?
yeah,
Tanker.
a tanker.
Maneuver
Yeah.
Tanky.
is I don't know.
Yeah.
A tanker.
It is called a tanker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
but that's. I
Ward
mean,
is Sorry, here.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that was definitely the bit of Davos that got really fucking annoying, and I don't think we need to talk any more about it. Was just the we're all in this together. Like the only person who actually had, I think, like a realistic view on some of the stuff was Henry Kissinger, which is when
Oh
that
my god,
when that
that is
happens,
the thing that
when-
I
Yeah.
never thought
can't
you would
hear
say.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't hear you saying that. What?
when Henry Kissinger is saying less psychotic things than, like, you know, the Prime Minister of Finland, we live in a horrible society.
Yeah.
Not that he was saying anything really good either, but it was at least like less psychotic because it was realistic. Anyway, yeah, you're welcome. I did this all for you. Next year I will report live from Davos.
Oh yeah.
And
So give us money.
yeah, so give me money so I
The
can
money.
I can tip the ladies very nice.
Oh my god, Nick. What?
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
What?
It's a doghouse.
What?
They're you know what, they're working very nice and well. Like what's wrong about that?
Nothing.
I wanna
no,
sup-
you're not.
I want to
Nothing
support.
wrong about tipping people.
I want to support their hustle. I think it's like that's like one of the funniest things about Davos is just like how it's such an open thing that it's like, yeah, all these freaks just want really expensive escorts.
Yeah, but that
And-
happens like
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in Barcelona, we get the world. What is it? The world mobile thing where they show like new
Yeah.
phones.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. I forgot the name, but yeah, that's when sex workers are like, yeah,
That's
we
so
know that it's in
fucking. That's
Barcelona.
so fucking
great.
nerdy.
Because so like thousands and thousands of people go there. Like it's a massive event, and yeah, and they're like happy as.
But the
Yeah.
mobile. Can you imagine?
It's
Just
actually
like
interesting because this is like big, big money. Big
It
money.
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
yeah.
it's like it's important for journalists. It's important for sex workers.
It's important for hotels,
It's important
for
for
restaurants,
hotels,
for cab
exactly.
drivers, for sex. Like it's
So
a,
we're
it builds
pro-
economies, you know.
we're
Are we
wait. So we're
pro
we're,
international
we're-
summits now.
we're pro international summits only because it gives, you know, people like.
Livelihoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't good.
I know.
No, I don't defend this. This is
No,
bad.
I
I don't
know.
We
want.
retract our
We retract our
Yeah, we
statements on this.
retract
I
this
can't get
statement.
behind this. You
Yeah.
guys, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
the only true revolutionary on the podcast.
Oh, come on.
Fuck off! You're the one.
Exactly. You're the
You
one
want to go to
going tip.
Davos, like
Yeah, to research.
to meet some lovely
Yeah.
ladies.
You know, it's not my fault that then backstage at the Adrenochrome party, I met David Guetta. He said he loved the show, and yeah,
Hey,
he
can
loved.
we talk about his accent? It
Yeah.
freaks me out.
Why is this the
Understand it.
second week in a row that we've mentioned, you know, friend
David
of the
Guetta?
show, David Guetta?
Because he's great.
Because we love him.
Yeah.
He was like, "This is for MLK."
He speaks like he's like Swedish though. He does not sound like a
It's
Frenchman.
a Scandinavian.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Accent.
Maybe
I
he
think
was hanging out too much in Sweden. I
Or
don't know.
yeah.
I think it's because like I'm assuming he's lived in the US for a while now. So
Yeah.
it's just like he tried to tone down the accent.
But it
and,
just
like,
ended
turn
up
And then it
coming
ended up
out.
this
sounding-
weird thing. now.
Yeah. It comes out the other end that he just sounds like he's just like, sup guys, great time, sexy time,
From
yeah,
Norway. He's from
yeah,
Norway.
wow, you're from America, wow, great time, Marlboro cigarettes, yeah, MLK, yeah, I have a dream.
Like that he fucking remix I Have a Dream.
Yeah, oh my
This
god.
man, the
He's a
balls of
fucking
steel.
genius.
I know. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
all right, we're going 2023, fucking just, you know, Corner Späti setting the we're setting the law. That, you know, this is a pro David Guetta space
Oh,
in
it
every
is, yeah, for
regard.
sure.
You know, if you disagree with
I
that,
mean, he named his son Elvis. So Elvis Guetta.
Elvis Guetta.
I
Guetta.
have to stand. I'm sorry.
Sounds kind of cool.
yeah, no, horrible.
Elvis Guetta.
Elvis Guetta. Oh no, sorry, I was trying to see where our food is.
A bit sad that we can't use these infos.
Of what?
I mean, we can, but I would just be reading.
What infos?
Just what Karen
Like
Oh.
Oshie's state aid and joint borrowing initiative, for example. What's up with that?
I don't care about that kind of stuff. I'm not
think we're
gonna
all
like.
so fried.
Yeah,
Like,
my brain
our
like.
brains are so fried
Yeah.
today that I mean, you literally worked today,
Yes.
so like
Yes,
stronger
I
than
did.
the U.S. Marines. The fact that she's here,
Yeah.
Right? Oh my god.
Nick, you didn't work today.
No, I
but
didn't
you
do
had-
shit today.
Yes,
I worked,
same.
but
Oh,
I
I went to the gym.
I worked.
Round
So
of applause
cool.
for me,
Yes,
please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I worked Davos
love
all
that.
this last week, though. Like I said, I am braver than the troops. I had to watch maybe some of the dumbest speeches in my life.
Yeah, true. This week was,
It was awful.
Yeah.
I hate this. Oh, I don't hate this. I hate Davos. You
but
know,
it's done this week, so
it is done.
Yes,
Move on.
finally.
Yeah. What, like, I mean, I don't really, there wasn't really anything else of, like, prominence that happened. I mean, there's obviously the big,
Luke,
what?
like the mine. Oh,
Oh,
I
well,
can
the
talk
mine
about
we
what
talked-
happened in the UK since I'm an expert in the
Yes.
UK now. No, Jesus
Fill me
Christ. It's so depressing. I don't even
Oh,
know.
no, we can
It's
save
also
it. We
very
can save it
depressing.
for next week because that's also, like,
Oh, Karen hates the UK as well.
yeah,
so
exactly. We
that
need
would
we
be
need to we need to
nice.
culminate all of the anti-UK sentiment as we can
Well, I don't
because
even like saying UK. Like, it's not a United Kingdom.
no,
Exactly.
it ain't.
Like, but it's just saying like England will Scotland. Like, it's
Mhm.
England. Let's say England.
Yeah.
Because it is. Well, I guess Scotland stuff happened there as well. But oh well.
But yeah, that's for next week. We're not going to talk about the UK right now because
Good.
that's too much to unpack as well with the whole.
It's too much background.
Yeah, because we
info as
haven't talked
well.
about the trans law that passed as
Yeah.
well and all that stuff. So we can save that. Plus, also yes, like as I said, UK hatred is very much welcome on this show. We all need to be in the right mood, the right mindset. You
And
know,
Karen needs to be
find
here.
you
The
know
Irishman
find that
needs to be here.
zen, that zen that is mostly just red hot anger towards the worst country in this continent. Yeah.
Exactly.
But Yulia's looking at
It
dresses.
was a nice dress.
Yeah, it was cute. Yeah.
It just popped up on my Instagram.
Yeah, the only
Sorry.
thing that I really kind of want to leave everyone with is particularly on Davos
A cliffhanger.
is that we live in hell. The global economy and the people who run it are completely psychotic, and they have their
Yeah.
finger on the trigger for making what it seems like
My
everything
finger on the
worse.
trigger. Oi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus.
I'm taking back Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm not comfortable. I really, after this Davos, I legitimately think that the wealthiest people want to blow up the world. That they don't really fucking give a shit.
Surprise.
And let's see how the next year goes. I feel that we're gonna end up in a really stupid fucking war with China, whether it be an actual one or a trade war or something fucking stupid like
I
that.
know.
If that happens, cost of living is gonna go through the fucking roof like it did obviously during COVID.
Yeah.
And I'm not very optimistic. Also, when like Europe is becoming overwhelmingly more fascist and all this, yeah, at least like Latin America like kind of has cool stuff popping off, but also incredibly
But
frightening
also-
stuff popping
Yeah.
off at the
Super
same time.
frightening.
There's a
Shit.
lot of
Yeah,
I
counter things.
I don't
mean,
like it.
How many people like
They're
in
dying
in
in
Peru
Brazil.
right now?
In
in
Peru.
Peru,
Yeah,
yeah.
Castillo Castillo protesters and the
Oh yeah, the cops
law
keep like killing
enforcement
people and shit.
forces keep killing people. Like just this Thursday again, someone died during the
Yeah.
protest.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
so-
indigenous groups like protesting like for Castillo, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
yeah.
and then the Lula thing, like Brazil's little Gen
Did you
6.
see all the fucking tweets of obviously neoliberals and
Yeah.
the US, and they're like the Lula.
Lula.
Yeah, those stories magically just disappeared too within a week, which was so funny.
Obviously, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, people were trying to kill themselves in there, which is one of the stupidest things.
What?
Yeah, people.
Where?
like the pro Bolsonaro
They
people.
tried
Yeah.
to kill themselves?
Yeah,
That-
they were
that
like,
got
Was this like a
Yeah.
meetup for like a mass suicide thing?
yeah, it could have
That
been a
would have been
cult. That would
amazing.
like
That would've
totally
been-
That would
fit
have been
that
amazing.
perfect.
I mean, so
Yeah.
All the
like,
Bolsonaro dudes and
R.I.P. But that would be so funny.
No, there's
Yeah.
no,
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 rest in
no.
peace.
Yeah, that's right.
what?
Rest
Yeah.
in peace. Piss.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
That's a very Swanky
Yeah.
way of saying it.
Yeah, Uma referencing obviously the classic Brother Lynch Hung song
Yeah.
"Rest in Piss."
Rest in peace.
Actually, it's because Margaret Thatcher's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
gender,
interesting.
first gender neutral toilet.
First
in
gender
Europe.
neutral bathroom. Hell yeah.
They
Yeah.
did, at Davos they did have this American,
They had a
Latin
gender
American
neutral toilet
No.
of Margaret
How
Thatcher's
many
grave.
women were in Davos anyway?
No, the Latin American Leadership Summit, basically.
Oh, yeah.
They had there.
What was it?
Was
So was it El
interesting.
Salvador? Whoever
You had,
else is pro-U.S.
Costa Rica,
Yeah, okay. So,
like the right-wing president
Yep,
of Costa Rica.
of course.
Ecuador. You had Colombian one, though, there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
It
remember.
was not right-wing. So, yeah. But
And they
it was
still
mostly
blame-
about saying, like, oh, we want more, like, yeah, it was about the environment because there have been a bunch of floods and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
also then, challenges how to integrate, like, Latin America to, like, the world economy and shit.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, the typical bullshit.
And
like-
meanwhile, there.
meanwhile,
The others were saying, so fuck Latin America, fuck China,
Exactly.
fuck Russia.
Yeah.
We hate them.
Yeah.
So how do we integrate?
Well, you don't.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. You don't.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. The world. What a
Great place, huh?
Great place.
Great time to be alive.
Yeah. Sorry that it's just such a downer. Hopefully next week we will be
Be
in a
more
better
informed.
mood because of. No, I think we're pretty informed. We're
I
just
know,
talking.
it just
We
didn't go-
spent
in a
so
bad
much
mood.
time
Yeah.
with something that then just so just soul crushing. like
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the year and right at like the most depressing week of the year. Davos
Blue
knows.
Monday,
Yeah, Davos knows. We'll start on Blue Monday and then ruin everyone's year.
Thanks,
and
Davos.
yeah, thanks Davos. I'm really going into the rest of 2023 feeling great about, the horizon for
Honestly,
for
you
the
just
world.
have to close your eyes and like
Yeah.
ignore this shit. Obviously, we can't because of our jobs, but
Yeah.
Yeah, as podcasters.
as podcasters,
podcasters.
exactly.
Yeah.
As very serious podcasters about Europe.
Yeah, I mean we
But,
are. We're the also
serious.
shout out to Volt for getting mad at our posters again.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love
Oh,
it.
hell yeah. And
Selection
for getting us
season.
followers.
Yeah.
Selection season
Yeah.
in Berlin again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, we haven't even talked about that actually.
Oh no! We're gonna save that for another episode.
Karen needs
Yeah.
to
Because
be
we
here.
have to have
Yeah, of
the
course.
election nerd
The expert.
here to
Yeah.
The Kieran.
So yeah, I guess
He's being mentioned so much.
Yeah.
today.
I
Can you
know,
tell
we miss him.
yeah we missed because it was supposed to be like big fun friend hangouts.
Probably could have like learned more about Davos if Kieran would have been there.
We learned a lot about Davos.
I know, but I still want to know what that Ushy state aid kind of thing is about.
It just, I mean, so Nick knows like the actual, and you know like what actually happened, and then just Karen knows the weird shit that
Kieran
happens
knows the
as
weird
well,
shit.
you know?
Yeah,
He knows like he goes on a deep dive on Twitter and like just finds the weirdest.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that about him.
yeah.
Shit. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about any of the I mean, I tried to figure out why Will I Am was there. That was enough for me to then do extra
2 minutes
research.
before we press record.
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
damn, that's
podcast.
crazy.
The Black
All
Eyed
right.
Peas are
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
in
sorry.
Poland, they're in
The
Davos.
Black Eyed Peas.
Oh my god!
Like the-
stop! Don't
yeah.
even, don't even.
Oh, yeah. On that note, we will see you guys all next week.
Yep.
And we hope that, that you didn't pay attention to Davos, that this is just, we are telling you that it's bad, so you don't have to look at it yourself, and you can go about your life feeling good about everything.
Yep.
And we do the heavy lifting for you. And we'll see you guys all next week. And hopefully it'll be a much better mood
Yeah.
because there's no, I mean, yes, we're still underneath the boot of international capitalism, but at least we don't have to listen to them tell us that multiple times during the
Exactly.
day.
True.
Yay.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.